You can just not stay away, can you?
I guess not.
The last few videos have been so peaceful and quiet.
I bet they have.
Whole bunch of comments, so where's man behind the scenes? And
hey, I'm back.
Aren't you supposed to be out saving a power plant or something?
Yes. I put it on hold.
I'm glad somebody's going to be without power tonight so we can make some upgrades or improvements. So what are we going to call this?
Warranty work?
No, it's not warranty work. We're going to call this, what do they call that in the product improvement? This is the product, it's a PI, product improvement.
Yes.
All right, let me show you what we got, guys. Okay, so if you guys remember the last video on the actual tile plow, we were down in the field. It was cold, it was wet, it was nasty, and the plow actually worked pretty good. And at the very end of that video, now I got back up here to the shop, we realized we had a little bit of stretching and flexing going on. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. That hole is a little bit oblong, and wasn't a problem, but obviously it was gonna be a problem. So did a little bit of brainstorming, and we come up with a whole new hitch system. The one thing I did not like about this design before was we had one vertical pin, all the other ones were horizontal. So basically I took the hitch off the back of the ripper, which is right over here. And we're going to make our own hitch just for the ripper. Now, one thing I did not want to do was modify my ripper.
No.
And I don't know if are we technically modifying or just adding to it.
Not if it ain't getting in the way or stopping you from using it.
I like your attitude today.
Exactly.
That's a first.
Yeah.
So what the plan is we're so confident this thing's gonna work and be a winner at this point. I'm okay with basically making a different hitch on there so I can change that pin from vertical to horizontal and add a tremendous amount of strength. Now, one other thing we want to do is I did not realize at the time whenever I built this thing is this ripper actually changes pitch as it goes down, or changes, you can call it pitch, I guess. It's about 1.6 degrees. It goes from positive and negative to the bottom. And this ripper is not as new as the dozer. It does have a little bit of play in the pins. It's not bad, but it's been used. And these ripper holes here also have a little bit of play in them. What that does is whenever that boot goes down the ground and everything gets tight, this thing here is no longer vertical. It's tilted back just a little bit. So while we're in here fixing stuff and making adjustments, I think we need to go ahead and change the pitch of the boot. So basically,
I will agree. I will agree with you.
Is HE double hockey sticks for you? I'm waiting for a missile to come out of the sky and take me out. We're gonna take these two ears right here, cut them off, lower this down, and basically build some preload into this thing. So whenever this thing's out of the ground, it's going to be about 5 or 6 degrees positive angle forward, and hopefully once it's all loaded up and all the pins are out of all the pins got all the slop in them and they're all loaded, we'll be pretty close to vertical, or hopefully maybe just a touch positive. So before I explain how this system works, you want to knock them two ears off there, and we'll get our angle set.
I believe so.
And then we'll you're just raring to go, ain't you?
Yeah. Borrowed time, I think that's what they call it.
I don't know how well Aaron's going to be able to. We may have to see what my welding skills are before this is all over with. We're going to take advantage of what we got him here. That's for dang sure. So
this is back to the man behind the scenes after hours.
After hours. Is the after hours service cheaper than the real service?
I don't know about that. I'm actually in overtime because I just left work, and I charge that overtime. The travel time.
Can we charge that back to Matt at the power plant somehow?
Yes, we probably could. We will get.
Actually, he sent me some pictures earlier, and I'm gonna consider that harassment.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
But they come from your phone, but I know who sent them.
Yeah, you can't ever let your phone down.
All right. I do have 2 new ears being made at the machine shop that are going to be about 2 inches longer. And then once we figure out what this angle is, we'll just pre-trim those and put them up in there.
What's that booster step?
Booster step? Oh, yeah, I forgot. We got a short guy in here. It's over here.
Yeah. You gonna be my fire watch?
Yep.
All right.
You can't burn anything down yet. You just got here.
I know it. Am I touching right here, y'all?
Yeah. All right, Aaron just got through there. We do got the crane holding it up. So basically, if I lower this down, I need to be about 1.2, 1.3, somewhere in that area.
Oh, come on, easy now.
Well,
What are you doing?
well, there we go, 1.8. We can fine tune that a little bit with the hydraulics on there, but that should give us, hopefully you guys stand back here and see it. Get it just preloaded a little bit. I think that'll be
You
good.
are going the right way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I almost said yes, dear, like I was arguing with my wife. All right.
Who's better looking, me or your wife? Come on, answer that question. Answer it.
No,
Answer it. Go
I
ahead.
think that's,
I'll tell them what you said before I came out here. To get me out here, I told you I wanted to know who was better looking, me or your wife. And what did you tell me? Of course.
no.
Go ahead, admit it.
I'm not playing your silly game.
I'll tell Jana.
Let's get these pieces here figured out, and I'll show you how they're gonna mock up. All right, here's the plan. We got that all cleaned up right there. The first bracket goes in and slides right there. We're gonna take the welder, just kind of get them loosely tacked into place, and make sure we got a plan going forward before we get too carried away. Did you hear that? Tacked into place.
Yes.
Tacked.
Enough to hold it so it won't fall off.
Yes, but not too much to where we can't manipulate it if we need to.
Exactly. We'd already have them on if somebody didn't use the welder and have.
That was Captain Kleeman. Captain Kleeman, there's video evidence of him stealing my welder fixing something. I am out.
Whose welder?
My welder.
You're buying a new one. This is my welder.
You are so mistaken. Man behind the scenes?
Yep.
We just ended this video clip with those attached to the dozer.
Yeah, we did.
They're no longer attached to the dozer.
No, they ain't.
Justin.
Somebody showed up.
So Justin,
That's wrong.
you guys remember Justin from the other video? He's the guy that cut all this stuff out for us. He showed up to bring the last two pieces, and he's like, that's not how I designed it.
No, that's wrong. I'm glad he trumped you on the design part of this.
So after a long discussion, we decided Justin's plan's probably better, but it did involve modifying a few pieces. So we're going to tack this together on the ground this time, and then raise it up there and put it on the dozer. And remember this long discussion we had about tacks and why they're important?
Yeah.
I'm glad you listened to me.
Well, I always listen. I never tack anything down to stay.
The world might be coming to an end tonight, Justin. He's agreed with me twice now. This usually don't happen.
But usually I'll put them tacks on. Also I hear him because we got to break it back off. He's over there. Oh, I told you to put a little back. I didn't want to fall at all.
All right, let's tack this together for a second time. I think you're trying to take advantage of your grunt help here.
Huh?
All right, so we got some precision stuff going on here. We want to try to keep this around 1.7 would be ideal, which is very crucial in the placement of this. We also have to maintain spacing. So I think we're just going to put the whole thing together, put it up there, and hope for the best.
If we can find all the parts.
Oh, we're missing parts?
Yeah, what'd you do with the other one?
Look up high. I always hide stuff up high.
He's tall. Turn that down a little bit.
We'll return after this commercial break and we have all of our parts. Here it is. Hey, found it.
He should have pulled it down. Somebody's gonna cuss that. I gotta put it together later. Live.
Yeah. More?
Yeah, we probably really should have. Where that pin or that plate go?
see what you're saying, because that's moving.
Here goes out. It's okay. There you go. Crisis averted.
that looks like it's going to be fun.
No
problem.
Now I have faith in you two holding all that up together. And when you want me to tack, you just tell me tack it. If not, I'll tack it.
I'll roll out.
I feel like I should put a hard hat on for this.
Them steel toe, right?
Yeah, they are steel toe.
Making sure.
All right, here we go. All right, got everything fitted up. It looks pretty doggone sharp. Aaron's getting everything welded off solid enough where it'll stay. So we're probably gonna take it off and finish welding it out. I don't have my little thing on here, but we were like right at 1.7. We're at 1.8 now, but it settled down a little bit. So I think we'll be good. You stand back and look at it. With it empty, it's gonna be tilted forward a little bit. As soon as we get into the dirt, it should sand her up straight. So, did we do it right this time?
I like it.
So now do we have warranty?
No.
All right, we got everything tacked in. We're gonna try to get this pin back out, get these pins pulled off, get this off here. And that way we can get in there and get all that welded up.
Get those.
It's flop, yeah.
You can't flop back, can it?
Go to the whichever way that is.
Yeah. You got to hook them from the dozer, or you got to hook them? All right. Yeah.
Now we got this off and turned upside down. That may have been a little bit more of a bigger issue. I just saw the oblong hole. I did not see that it actually busted right there. So pretty good call to go ahead and do this. We see we got this all tacked off here. This plate here will go in between those ears right there. I'll show you that here in a second. We're also gonna take, I don't know if you guys can see down here on the floor, I got some triangle gussets made. We're actually gonna go from here up to here and try to transfer some of that load up. We got to do a little bit of fancy stuff around our holes here, but probably a little bit of an extra gusset. But while we're at it, let's go ahead and make this thing as beefy as we possibly can is the ultimate goal. You happy with the way that's welding up there, sir?
Yeah, I've been real happy with it. Kind of like lonely now that our head machinist left.
Yeah, Justin had to leave it. It was a pleasant surprise that he come to visit.
Yeah.
If you guys are ever in the Southern Indiana region and you need a machine shop, Don's Automotive. Justin is awesome.
Good.
He's good. So, next piece we got to do, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. You may have to help me here. You ready?
I'm waiting on it.
Slide this up in here.
Got the top.
All right, I got it from here.
Got it.
We contemplated letting that come all the way down and touching this pipe, but Justin was a little concerned that we'd tweak that and we may not get our pin back in it. So we're gonna go right here with it. Tag it right there, but yeah, tag it in that corner.
Eyeballs.
Yep. All right. Tag it in that corner over there. I'm level with that bolt hole.
Ready?
Yep.
Eyeballs.
Yep. And
up there you can adjust wherever you want now.
man, I tell you what, I think that looks pretty good right there. You're running true and even all the way around.
All right, let me get a tack head.
Yep. So that should add a tremendous amount of rigidity to that right there. and get us something good to pull off of. While Aaron's been welding on that, I went ahead and cut these old ears off here. I want to leave some of that there because it's actually a stiff back, this bracket down here that cylinder attaches to. So what I'm going to do now is take these things here, and they need to go from right here to right here. We are going to intersect that hole slightly. We'll probably just kind of moon it or dish it out a little bit to make sure we got enough clearance to get that hose in and out, that we don't have any rubbing issues. Yeah, let me get a grinder, get this cleaned up, and then we'll get those positioned. All right, hopefully you guys can see over there the way this is going to go. Is right here like so. It's going to transfer some of that load up to that front pin. What I'm going to do is mark where this hole's at right here. We're just going to put this little half moon in there. Make sure we got clearance for that hose. Moment of truth, let's finish this. Oh yeah. That's gonna work nice, folks. What do you think? Is that one gonna hold?
Oh yeah, this one's gonna hold. I ain't crossing no fingers, I know it is.
All right, you ready to see my fancy craftsmanship over here?
Yes, I am.
Let's get these tacked off and we're gonna send you back welding.
Sounds good.
We got that one gusset on there. Once we put that other gusset on, it's gonna make it a little hard for Aaron to get in there to weld. So we're gonna let him go ahead and weld that out first, and then we'll throw the other one up there. You gonna be able to get around that hose, or you think we need to pull it out?
And hose? And will it come up? Yeah. I can stick something in.
I can hold it up over here while you weld past it there.
Okay.
Hold on. There.
Right there, yeah. Ready?
Yep. All right, Aaron's got the inside of that one all welded up, which will be a little bit easier with the one without this one in our way. So the ultimate goal of these is to transfer the load from this box up to this pin right there and take any possible flex out of that plate, just kind of hedging our bet there a little bit. So you ready to tack the other one on?
I'm ready.
There we go. That's hot. That's hot. Right there.
Okay. Eyeballs?
Yep. I think you can tack either. Let me go ahead and tack that top right there.
Let me ask you something. They run pretty true because your gap's opposite on this one.
Yeah, I know.
That don't matter, does it? I mean, it's all fall out.
And I can go like that if it helps you out a little bit.
That's fine right there. Yeah,
Yep.
eyeballs.
Tack that top.
Like it?
Yep. to get in there to weld that pretty easy.
Yeah.
There it is. That's what it kind of looks like after it's all said and done. Hole turned out nice. If we get our new ears in here, our new ears will tie in right there. That's going to work out pretty good. I think that looks pretty sharp. What do you think?
Oh, I love it.
I just see a little bit of welding in your future there, little buddy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, we're going to let Aaron weld on that. I'm going to get a grinder out, clean the end of this up here a little bit. We'll check back with you guys in a minute. Well, man, behind the scenes, I think that's going to do the trick there, bud.
I think so. Hey, what in you know, if you clean your floor.
So, well, if you wouldn't knock all the dirt off the plow on the floor. The question is, did you get these welded on here without it? That's hot, I know better than this. Is the, did you get them welded on there even so the pin didn't draw? Oh, look at that. It's not your first rodeo, is it?
No, no. I did have to draw it back just a hair, but I got it back where it needed to be.
So, all right, guys, we're gonna call it a wrap for tonight. Tomorrow we'll come back in the shop. We gotta throw this back up on the machine and figure out where these new eyelets goes. We got some pin bosses to put on there. Throw a little paint on this thing. And
yeah, some of us actually gotta go to work tomorrow. Can't sit around and play all day.
you have fun saving the power plants. So, well, we're glad we got to see you again there, little buddy.
Got it here again.
You guys will see him probably sometime in the fall after this.
Yeah.
All right, it's late. We're gonna call it a night. That's good progress for not getting started till what?
Oh, there are a few BBs on there you need to polish off too.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll make you look good.
It,
just like, look, I made you look good over here. Look at this.
Paint it?
No, not yet. You got her all polished up though.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
inside there.
Yeah.
Got the inside cleaned out so the pin goes through. All right. Enough admiring our work. It's time for bed. We'll do this again tomorrow.
Yep.
What? You gotta tell somebody when the camera's rolling, all right?
Good morning, sir.
Well, I didn't want to rust out in the rain today, so I figured I'd knock some.
Yeah, it's a new morning. Obviously, we're down a man behind the scenes, and my window's still dirty, but it is absolutely peeing and pouring out there today. So,
And it has been since 3 a.m.
yeah, it's been a wet one. So, Matt actually got the rest of those ears.
Careful, it's hot.
Ground off this morning. Oh, I know. Aaron tried to burn me with that pin yesterday. I think what we need to do now is maybe blow that off, clean it up, and then we're gonna set this back on there because we gotta weld these new ears on here. Justin from the machine shop made us some that are long so we can basically trim to length. And I'm hoping, and now that all these pins are horizontal and that one's not vertical, we should just be able to set this thing right down on here with no major issues whatsoever. So let us get that cleaned up a little bit. We'll reinstall and see what happens. Well, I'd say for the most part, that went on there pretty smooth. What do you think?
Not too bad.
No major issues. We did check our angle up here. Oh, now my battery's dead. Oh, there it goes. 1.7 on the money. Like, that couldn't be any better if we tried. So, basically what we want to do now is get these ears tacked on where they have to be, but somebody's going to have long arms and put them up there for the bottom because we can't get them.
You ready for this amazing view?
Which side you putting on first?
I'll put the part that I cut that I think's gonna fit better than the part that you cut.
Oh boy, here we go.
Now granted, I did have to do some massaging, but I think it's gonna fit great.
All right, going up from the bottom. You guys even see up there? You gonna do this all by yourself?
You just hold the camera, would you? You do a good job of that.
Oh, there's one. Yeah, that one does fit pretty good.
Now, were you smart enough to bring the other one with you?
No, it's still over here.
Darn it.
There you go. It's right here. Be sure you get the chamfer the right way.
Come under.
That way. Oh, you're close. Oh, yeah. Lift up on the pin. Oh, hold on, your thing's rolling. You got too many pieces in a small spot there.
I get them back right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring her on through. The pin on my side needs to go up. Oh, it's close. It's close. You're close. Come back toward. There you go. Oh, look at that.
That was all without seeing a thing. How about that? Huh?
This side here is going to fit pretty good too.
Nice.
Actually, it fits really good. Look at that.
Slide
Perfect
this
little
over
gap.
too, right?
All right. We're going to get those tacked off, and we're going to pull this back off there so we can weld them out. And I think we're going to paint it and call it good. So let me get them tacked in there, and
That fits real nice.
it does fit good, don't it? And I mean, we're like dead on that 1.7.
Oh, you got that on?
Yeah. I mean, like dead on it.
Nice.
So-
Dude, they're gonna start thinking we know what we're doing.
I know.
This is kind of scary.
I think what we need to do is tack those off and then lower this down and make sure we're like at 0.8. I think so is where we need to be.
1.8 or 0.8?
0.8.
So when you actually have the pressure on it.
Yeah, it should go back to 0 is the thought.
Gotcha.
All right, let me get those tacked off. We'll double check our angle, and then I think we about got it. All right, we got those ears tacked off up there. That looks pretty good. Before we commit to fully welding that out, I want to run this thing up and down a cycle and check our angles up there. One thing we failed to do when we built this originally is we assumed this thing went straight up and down level and didn't tilt at all. And what it actually does is it goes down. I'm going to exaggerate this, but it goes like this about 1 degree. What that did is whenever the plow was in the ground, it was not perfectly vertical. It was tilted back a little bit, which is not good. The other thing we didn't take into account is this ripper is not brand new, and some of these pins have a little bit of play in them. So whenever you get pulling on that thing, it exaggerated our issue. So if you guys remember from our previous measurements, we were like at 1.8, 1.9 all the way up. Positive, we're gonna call it positive. We're gonna call it positive this way. There you go. Positive is that way, negative is the other way. Actually, this would be a better indication of this would be positive, this would be negative. So whenever we lower this all the way down with no load on it whatsoever, we want to be 1.7, 1.8, and then we can take the crane, lift up on this, and simulate some load on it, which would basically tighten all of our pins up, and hopefully we're still in the positive and not in the negative. Ideally we'd be like 1.1, 1.3. You think we're going to make it or not?
Not 1.1, 1.3.
Point, yes,
0.3
correct,
or
correct,
0.4,
correct.
Right?
So
we're expecting a degree in
right
those
now, a real true tile plow, I don't know if this would be an issue because they got adjustable pitch with a hydraulic cylinder, and we may end up going to that one of these days, but for right now I just want to make sure we got a positive pitch, not a negative pitch on our main boot. So let me fire up there and lower that thing down, and we'll see where we're at.
I'll be the guy that tells the story. Not
crossed.
you.
Fingers crossed.
You just stay in the cab now, all right? That's kind of common. What do you think it is bottomed out? You're not allowed to come any closer. Don't cheat. Quit looking at the screen.
1.7.
1.7?
Sorry, 0.7.
Well, you weren't that far. 0.6. Now let's put some pressure on this baby. Oh, we're not quite low enough. Got You're picking the whole thing up.
Yeah,
That's
right,
you
right
got all
there.
the slot.
Yep.
All right, hold on. Ah, you stay over there. No one this time. Point what?
0.2.
Oh, 0.3.
That's perfect.
Hey, that's worth a freaking fist bump right there.
Yeah.
Nice
You
job.
can show them up there.
Yeah, right here. If you guys watch right here, you'll see this. See it right there. So that's where that 1 degree of difference was coming from.
Yeah, and there's no bushing in there. I guess I could possibly have a new pin made there, but I think we're good. I think we need to pull that thing off there and weld her off.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, there it is, guys. I fully admit I am no man behind the scenes, but it'll do in a pinch. It'll get us by. Got the ears welded on. Got the pin bosses welded on down here. Kind of almost forgot about those. Got the old aluminum foil truck in here on some hoses. I don't know why I'm so worried about keeping all that stuff so nice. It's just a tile plow. Just taking a little bit of pride in the old work there. So I got that ready to paint. While I was welding on it, Matt got all this ready to paint. So we'll get some green paint on that to match it up. I'm not going to tape any of this off. I think we're just going to kind of loosely spray and blend all that in there a little bit. Got the paint mixed up over there. I'm going to throw a respirator on, throw some gloves on, and let's get this painted up. And then, unless you watch these videos, it'll be our little secret that we had to make some improvements. There it is, guys, all painted up and looking good. Check that out. Had a little issue with the paint gun, but I got it rolling there after a while. Take a look at that. It looks absolutely factory. Nothing to see here, no modifications made at all. But I am extremely tickled with the way that turned out. Like I said, this gusset here may be a little bit overkill. That pin there should be plenty. And we're all famous last word dry. But it's all painted up, looking good. We're gonna let that dry out tonight. Tomorrow, first thing, I think Matt will be back, and we'll go ahead and get this reassembled on the machine, and fingers crossed, it'll work next time around. So, see you guys in the morning for reassembly. Good morning, Mr. Millennial.
Morning.
How are you this morning? Better
than yesterday morning.
So what do you think about my beautiful paint job there? It didn't turn out too shabby, did it?
You know, that dirt painted up pretty well.
Hey now. See, one spot I slightly missed right there now that it's turned over the other way, but
I've only seen 2 spots.
I think for a tile plow, it looks pretty doggone good.
It does.
The real question is not how the paint looks, is how well does it fit?
Well, I think since we dry fit it yesterday on camera and proved it fit.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes back together the same way it came apart.
Let's assemble this thing for one last time. So the beautiful part about this redesign is we can just drop it straight down in there. Then we go back though, but on without trying to slide it in. The question is, which pin goes where first? There's going to be a magic combination.
Looks like it's going to be the front.
Oh.
That, go forward. Down just a touch more.
Down just a touch more, he says. Look at that.
Okay. Pin number 1. I think I can see you guys, which means you can see me. Ta-da! That went pretty slick.
Did we get this one in? And we'll
Yeah.
flip it around.
What do we do with the pin? Oh, it's down on the inside there.
Let me put it down a little bit.
Down and forward. Ooh, forward. Now down again. Oh, now bump it forward just a touch. I need to bring it in from the inside, right?
Yep.
Pin number 2.
All right, so now, how close is pin number 3?
Just needs to go straight down is what it looks like from here. I don't know if your people can see that or not.
More?
Oh, well, it didn't move.
I did too, move, I can see it.
Let me go a little more. A little more. A little more.
That's all you got.
Uh-oh.
That pin there's lined up. Let's see if we can get it in.
Okay.
So here's one question. Now we got that washer on there. I'm hoping it clears this as it goes in. So eyeball it up there once and see what it does. It's gonna be close. That is 1/4 inch to spare, ain't it?
Probably would have been a little easier if we put just a little grease on it.
Well, you're not even using a man hammer.
No, using a baby hammer.
Like a glove. I would just, I don't know.
I got the rotation right too.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I don't know if you got, I don't know if you got that right or not. Oh, you do.
Do I really?
Yeah. What is the chances? What is the chances?
Being good's better than luck sometimes, ain't it?
Yeah, I think lucky's better than good's the right way to say. All right, she's on, man. That fit. You know, before it didn't go on and off there horrible, but that is so much nicer because we drive them pins out now with the loader or the excavator. We can just lift that thing right off there. And we forgot to mention yesterday, there is some play in these pins too, which is kind of what's figured into this calculation. So let us finish getting that tidied up. We're gonna raise it up, put the boot back in it, and see if she all works. Boot going back in, you ready?
I'm ready.
That's the wrong way. Hit somewhere. Where do we hit? Is it up there?
Go down.
Oh, look at that. No, just
there you
look
go.
at that. All right, I'd say let's put put this pin here in first.
Bottom.
Yep.
No matter which one.
Yep, it's the one with the non-messed up grease fitting. It's that one.
This one.
Nope, other one.
How do you know that one's messed up? That one.
Just because I know. I was gonna help you, but watching you struggle is way more fun. That just goes together too easy. Way too easy.
Which way does it need to go?
You got your hole lined up?
Well, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't
Yep,
check?
it's
You
just,
didn't
I'm
check?
good today, man. It's gonna work out
You
perfectly.
didn't check that this time, did you?
Like
No, sir. That'd be a negator. A little more.
That's the same way I was going.
A little more. A little
I don't know
more.
what you're talking about
A
today.
little more. A little more. So close.
Here, let's use this hammer.
All right.
Top one?
Top one it is. You did so good on the last one, we're gonna let you do this one by yourself too. Oh, look at that fancy trick move.
You see that?
Oh, you're right there. There she goes. She going.
Persuade her.
Oh yeah. That's a big negatory on the whole alignment.
Shooting 33.33% today on alignment.
You used all your luck on the first one.
Apparently.
Keep going. Uh-oh. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Easy. A little more. A little more. A little more. A little more. Whoop, that was really close. I think the bolt's right over by you. Beautiful. Tap it a little bit more. Just a touch. Tap it to me just a little bit. Got it. All right, I get our cylinders hooked up and we're good to go. Last two pins we got to get in are the two in the top cylinders up there. Matt's going to climb up on top and get those wiggled in, wiggled in there. We can't forget to unhook the crane before we drive out of here. I don't want to take the crane with me.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
That would.
Why don't we go ahead and do that? Oh, okay, we can't do it.
That'd be the. That would not be a good end to the video.
No.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. There it is.
Well, Mr. Millennial, I think we got us a winner, buddy. So, if we raise this thing up, this boot actually sits at a pretty good little angle, but I've actually got down pressure on it right now, which kind of simulates a little bit of a load, and that boot is sitting perfectly flat on the floor. So, I think that's going to be a pretty big improvement on that. You guys can see up here, all the pins, all that stuff. Man, it's definitely considerably better than what we had.
Rev B, right? Now we'll see if we need a Rev C.
Yeah. So where do we go from here? I've actually got a guy coming and we're going to put some laser guidance on this thing is the plan. That's a little bit to be determined. So we're going to let her sit here in the shop. Hopefully he'll be up here next week to put that on. And then this thing needs to hit the field there, bud.
Just waiting on the material lead time.
We need to recoup some investment off this thing. But all in all, like I said, I talked about in the last video with the budget, my goal was $7,500.
I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, I bet you didn't. I told everybody in the last video, since Aaron decided to work for free, I'm only like $500 over budget.
That's a good thing.
So don't tell them I'm paying you.
Oh, it's a secret.
All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap on this one. I'm pretty dang pleased with the improvements on this. Like I said, stay tuned. Got a guy coming up going to help us do some laser guidance on this thing. And the laser guidance is going to be set up in a manner where we could possibly go GPS if this works. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But
and I need them to comment. I'm trying to talk him into build the base. So when we unload this thing, you just back right over a base, set it down on it, pull 4 pins and drive away.
my argument is I'll just plow it in the ground and leave it.
Well, they can't see you do that.
They're gonna watch me do that.
Oh, they would love to see you build it.
What?
So that's the comments. Should he build a base or not? Please put it in the comments because I think everybody's gonna say yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed. If for some crazy reason this is the first video you've seen on this, there is a whole playlist of the entire build on this. And hopefully it's back in the dirt soon. I'm excited. I'm pretty confident at this point it's gonna work.
I'm gonna do a POV of the step and fetch it for the first time we use it.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. As always, we'll catch you on the next one.